Wow, here we are. We are back again to Christian family life. So educative and enlightening. And you can see, I'm not alone. I am your host. I'm Emerite Kaminga, as usual. We are talking about family. We are talking about husbands, wives, family, marriage, and children, of course. So today, I'm blessed, and we are actually blessed to have a family therapist together with us, all the way from Uganda. He came so that we can be blessed, we can learn a thing or two, and so please stay tuned, stay with us till we learn and take the package that he has for us. You're most welcome.
Thank you.
Richard.
Thank you.
Now I have the name. Yes, we are so glad to have you. Being a family therapist today, we're going to talk about family. We're going to talk about that husband and wife that are following us on Christian family life. They start their journey in love, right? They are so beautiful. They say you are the best person in the world, you're the best person in the world. Unfortunately, when we reach home, somehow, somewhere, things happen. Things happen and you find yourselves in a conflict and you don't know how to resolve it. You start looking at that person as the ugliest person you have seen in the world. You don't even want to set your eyes on them. You don't even want them to be next to you. I mean, we want you to help us today about marriage. How do we resolve the conflict? In the first place, why does the conflict come? I suspect and I perceive these are people who love one another. Why should they have a conflict? Why should they fight one another? Is it because the love is gone? You're welcome. Help us understand this phenomena.
What you're talking about is something that's very beautiful. I usually say, if two people meet God's way, not our way. Our way is we meet, we kiss, we do all kinds of things, we become very intimate, then one day we come to church. To me, that's not marriage.
Oh, okay.
To me, marriage is two people meet, fall in love, got the parents, and then things start revolving, and they have their intimacy after officially being allowed to be together.
Okay, I get you.
When we have that kind of marriage, I always tell them that for 120 days, each of you is going to see the other as the most beautiful. You won't be able to see, even if somebody else is more beautiful than your wife or your husband, you cannot see them.
Oh, okay.
But 120 days later, a man wakes up and he says, who am I with in my bed? Everything you do that day is ugly.
Oh, okay.
What nobody tells you, the feeling you feel, which you call love, is a bunch of chemicals running through your body, and your body cannot run on that fuel for a very long time.
Oh.
So it has to go down, then rise again.
Okay.
That's why some people say you need to keep wooing that woman every day. Like she has not yet become yours. You need to have that dance of life. In nature, there is always a wave.
Sure.
So when you marry, when you're at the peak, expect one day to be at the bottom.
Okay.
Then learn how to live at the bottom, then rise again. Now the problem, nobody ever talks about that in church. At home, they don't talk about it. We paint a false picture of everything being smooth, and it's not.
It is not.
For 120 days, these people do not even get flu. Their immune system is at the peak.
Why? Because of love.
Yeah, when you're in love,
energy,
your
energizing them.
your immune system is at its best.
Okay. Uh-huh.
I clearly remember in those days, I cut myself.
Okay.
And my wound healed because my wife kissed it.
Oh, how beautiful. Okay.
You know, love is magic, you know, things happen. But then one day you wake up and you ask yourself questions, you doubt yourself. That's normal. Usually the dip is not even 2-3 days you come out of it. The problem comes when you start allowing small things to crowd your life. Then a gap grows.
Yes.
Once the gap grows, then you do not see eye to eye.
Oh.
Now people say that. And I always ask, do people see those people who are in love, what they do? They never sit like this. They prefer sitting opposite one another.
Yes, looking at each
And
other.
they make
Straight into
eye
the
contact.
Yes.
Long eye contact. Synchronizing brain chemistry. Now, what happens to these people who used to look at each other so much? Now they are no longer looking at each other.
Yes. I'm wondering
The
what
wife
happens.
is busy at the sink, the husband is watching a TV, and you are carrying on a conversation. Are you really conversing? Are you not making a gap? Those days, even if you put a TV there, you would watch each other instead of the TV.
Surely.
Now, what happened?
I don't know. I'm asking
When the
you.
chemistry went down, you allowed it to stay down. You started getting busy. Soon, the gap is big enough for you to start criticizing one another. Then longer, and the language is different. What I mean by language is different, we all speak different languages.
Yes.
Not like in Kinyarwanda and Ruganda, but as in some are visual.
Okay, so you're talking about love languages or?
Yes.
Okay.
Some people, no, this is something bigger than that.
Okay.
Some people see the future.
Okay.
Some people hear the future. Some feel the future.
Okay.
Now, when we allow the gap, we each go to our preferred language. So when he is visual and you are audio, when you speak, you're not speaking his language. You're not talking actually. You're just
Okay.
making noise.
Okay.
When he talks, he's just making noise. You're not hearing him. So you start what you call misunderstandings. Yes, there are misunderstandings. The understanding is there, but you're always missing it.
Yeah, sure. You get it your own way.
One time I was called to Nigeria, and I found a couple who were going to divorce, but they were told to wait for me to come. So when I got there, they said, now he has come, so talk to him. I first of all thought cross-culture.
Yeah.
One is Nigerian, one is Caribbean. And I was like, how do these two cultures come together? But I found that was not a problem when I interviewed them. And then I saw the lady. The lady's complaint was, he doesn't give me time. I can't talk to him. Even when we make an appointment to talk, and I was like, you make an appointment to talk to your husband
Yeah.
when you live in the same house? She said yes.
Imagine that.
Then when I called him, he also talked about the same thing. Even when we have an appointment, I go away feeling unheard.
Oh, okay.
Said, and this is something deeper than, it's not communication. Because there's something we usually teach as communication. This was not communication.
Okay.
I prayed and thought until I said, okay, I'll give them an assignment in class. I gave an assignment. What happened yesterday to you? The man gets up and talks. He's describing like a video. I met a man in a red shirt and you know those details. Then I told the wife, I put some other people to talk, and then I told the wife to talk. And for her, she is talking about what she had. But fortunately, they laughed. Both of them saw how different their language was.
Wow.
Then I told them now, remember when you first met. Bring back to memory that love. Then make the sacrifice you need to make to come to the level where you understand each other's language.
Sure.
They reconnected. That marriage survived.
Wow. Wow.
Many people, even when they think they are doing conflict resolution, they are wasting time.
Okay.
We have to do something that is very critical. Remember. I must go back to our love days. Refuel that thing. Recharge my batteries and see my woman of 30 years as precious as them. When I have that energy, I can make the connection.
Okay.
If I refuse to do that, if I don't want to go back there, I cannot borrow energy to make marriage work.
Really. So, let me go back to this couple. Now, somebody is complaining. They don't make time to listen to me. Okay, they don't make time for me. Even when they come, I feel unheard.
Yes.
And of course, it hurts.
It's the biggest problem.
You're telling me to imagine the back days, the then days, but today I'm not being recognized. Like I'm not even there. Where do I get the energy to do that? Because I want you to hear me and you don't want to hear me. You're looking at me.
Yes, exactly.
One is hearing, another one is looking. How can they be able to come to the same page and manage this thing that is
Actually, the
both
key
of them?
in marriage is the woman.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Why the woman?
Why the woman?
When God made man, he was whole.
Women, come on, let's listen.
When he was whole, God said, it is not good. And that's the only one time God said, it is not good for man to be alone. And of necessity, he took a part out of a man. When he took out a part, when you get one whole thing and you subtract something from it, what are you left with?
It's not complete. That thing is missing out something.
Yes. But the thing you have taken out is whole.
Okay.
A woman is whole.
Okay.
A man is half a person.
Okay.
A man will not survive on his own. He needs a woman. A man, we say, comes from the breast of the mother and goes to the breast of his wife.
Okay.
That's how he survives.
Oh, so he cannot survive on his own.
And I've always said, can you imagine 30 men living in this community and there's not a single woman? Would they bathe?
Hardly. If
Because
they do.
why would they bathe? Because what we do is to impress women.
Oh, really?
The car I drive, the shoe I put on, everything I do is to impress.
Oh.
Now, take the woman out. What do I have?
Okay.
What do I need?
So women, you are that important, eh?
What do I need the money for? To do what?
For yourself.
To do what?
I mean, for you to dress nicely, to live in a beautiful house. And
a beautiful house for who?
for yourself now. Are you not a person?
The truth is,
Eh.
men were that stupid.
Oh.
When they removed that portion, I miss a lot.
Wow. Okay.
I need a woman in my life.
Okay.
Not women running around, but a woman who is significant to me. That's why we leave the mother's breast to the wife's breast.
Okay. Okay.
And women who don't breastfeed their husbands, I pity you. It's very unfortunate.
Okay. Oh.
Now, God, after doing that operation, says something that has always bothered me until I started understanding. He said, it is very good. And it is the only one time he says it is very good. Every creation was good. Even when he first made man, everything looked good. But when man is in nature alone, it was not good. When he puts in a woman, it becomes very good.
Wow.
If women, you don't capitalize on the very good, what did God actually envisage? What is your impact? If I build a good house and I'm alone, there's no woman in that house. Not my mother, not my sister, not my wife. It's just a building.
Sure.
It only becomes a home when a woman enters that place.
Wow. Okay.
So, know your importance. In God's sight first, before you know your importance. In my sight.
As your husband.
That gives you the power to reset your home.
Are you trying to say that women are the conflict causers?
No.
Because
They don't cause the conflict, but they are the fire brigade. Men on their own burn up. We do things, we think we can do them by power.
yes.
We need someone to water us down to make us human.
Oh.
Without the influence of women, the things we men can do would be so bad.
Okay. Okay.
I even tell people, when your husband comes from work, imagine he went to work expecting money, he didn't get money. His boss abused him for no good reason, according to him. He comes back, he's not got money, he left home, there were needs that were there, and he has, as he feels, he has been put down, he has been humiliated by his boss. Is he safe with your children? Because you leave your children to him, he'll bark at them, he'll slap them. He couldn't slap his boss. He'll slap his kids.
If not you, the wife.
If not you, really.
Yeah.
Now, just look at that scenario, how we are creating conflict in that home. Was it even necessary? I tell women, some feel bad about it, but when you understand what I'm saying, you know what you do. A man comes back, you welcome him, you profusely do things for him to make him forget the day. But all you are doing is getting him away from your children into your bedroom, and you inoculate him. I'm saying that to adults. I hope you understand.
Yes, sure, sure.
It doesn't take 10 minutes. By the time he comes out of that bedroom, he'll be ready to crawl on the floor with his children. So where are you going to get the conflict from?
He's a changed person.
How are you going to get a conflict?
Wow.
What is he going to be quarreling about?
Okay.
He's a baby, he's laughing, he's playing with his kids. You can talk to him. Now, a man who is starved is a beast. He'll beat you, shout at you. He won't want to give you money. He won't want to do things. Sometimes they reach a point they don't want to come back home.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Meaning, if the lady knew her power, how much power she wields on this strong man. I always tell people something that is ugly. Even the strongest general has to kneel down before they go to bed with his wife.
Yes. Okay.
But do you ever think about it?
Yeah. Some people do. Other people don't.
Most people, you feel used. He's only think about his pleasure. That's what you think. But you don't know the power you have that now I can actually make him do what I want.
Yeah, that's very true. In other words, you're trying to tell us if we knew right from the beginning, if
you
I,
knew
as a wife, get to know my
what God thinks
importance
about you.
and what I am expected of.
No, expectations make us fail.
Okay.
Because my expectation is an imagination.
Okay.
I could have got it from a novel, from a film, from a friend's discussion. So I'm putting a standard there which you may not meet. But if I'm real and I see myself as God made me, I am that change factor, the influence that makes everything very good. And I live to be that thing. This man has no option. He can't even quarrel.
But how about there are men who are like this. I know there are women who are quarrelsome, and I know there are men who mostly would not quarrel, but when they have taken something, they will change. I mean, they come in a different picture, right?
Because something is lacking, so they want to put it there.
Hey.
I may have complaints about my wife, and I'm unable to voice them. You are intimidating.
The wife is intimidating?
Yes.
Oh.
You've never thought, what if my mother was domineering? And I come to you, and because that's what I know women are. I think everything you do, you are also domineering. Do you know how frightened I am?
I didn't know men would be afraid of their wives. Why? How does that come?
Why do we beat you?
I don't know.
If I'm sure of my strength, do I beat? I don't. I have the authority.
Oh.
I beat because deep inside me, I'm so small. I'm so frightened.
Hey.
So I lash out.
But that should not be the case.
It should not.
Yeah,
but
in the
parenting failed there, and you are seeing, and usually these men are successful because they want to impress mom that I am also someone. So they do everything to succeed. So you marry this successful man who's gone to school, who looks cultured, and you think he's okay. Deep inside he's housing a small boy who was terrorized by the mother.
He is insecure. He has grown
now
up
with his insecurities. He needs a bottle sometime in order to allow himself to be himself and show you that I'm the man.
Okay.
Actually, if we understood the other Genesis thing, it's not good for man, then it is very good.
Yes.
And we took our roles serious. You are the doctor. When I come to marry this woman,
Oh my
she's
goodness.
my doctor.
Oh yeah.
She's supposed to heal me.
Women, you are doctors. Please pick that.
You're supposed to heal me from all the damages that I got growing up.
But how about if I also have damages? How do we
That's
survive?
true. You also have your damages. Now, this is where God is extremely wise. Women, you have ways men don't have of dealing with the damages.
Oh.
That's why when I'm cooking tea, using an electric kettle or a percolator, I switch it in and start and watch the kettle boil, then switch it off, and then I look for the flask to put the tea in. By the time I do that, it is cold. When you do it, you put the percolator on, prepare the flask, prepare the table, dress the kids, and you
Yes,
do them
yes,
all.
yes. Many things at the
And
same
you don't
time.
ask yourself why you're able to do that and I'm not. You don't ask yourself why I have to ask you where my socks are.
That question. I mean, even if they are here, see the bottle,
I
you
cannot
still
see.
ask. You still ask. And I come and I tell you, here they are.
But how you say it.
I mean,
If you
yeah.
come and use my mother's voice, showing me I'm stupid, I can't see what is there.
Okay. Okay. I get it.
But if you know that men are like that,
That
because
socks
I'll
has
quarrel.
made me laugh.
If this bottle is here and it is here, I'm doing something, I just do this and pick it and drink and put it back. Then you come and clean here and you put it here. And I touch, it's not there. I'll call you. I can't see the bottle. You've moved it from one place to another. I can't see it. So I'll call you to come and give it to me. But you're doing something else. And you come angry. But that's what my mother used to do.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I see. I get
Can
it.
you imagine coming from there and coming and you hug him and say, darling, this is your bottle.
Wow. That would be different.
Now, is he going to think of his mother there? Or his doctor wife?
The doctor wife. That makes me remember what the Bible says about Isaac. He married and he forgot all the
About the
sorrow.
mother.
Yeah. Now, I guess the wife was
Now, if
doing the
I
doctor work
married my
nicely.
mother in my house, then we are going to have fireworks.
I know.
So before you come to conflict resolution, you are able to stop the conflict at the start.
Yes, sure. But let's say we are not able to stop it and it has happened.
Somebody,
What do we
I
do?
asked someone to allow me to use the example, and she gave me permission. But I cannot use her name and details that could identify her.
Sure, sure.
She's married, and they're having a lot of conflict in the home. A lot of conflict. Yet she will not give up her home.
Okay.
It was an option, but she would not, because the man was going out with other women and making sure she knows, and eventually she was recommended to come to me. I gave her what we call cry therapy. I told her, go find a safe place where somebody you trust is nearby to come and help you in case the pain is too much. Get in a room, take off your clothes, look in the mirror, and tell that girl that you see that I give you permission now to cry for everything that has grieved you since childhood. She did. She did. She was able to see the small girl who was raped at 8 years, who never grew up from then.
Wow.
And she was able, because she cried for 4 hours, she was able to negotiate with this child who was coiled like you are coiled inside your mother's womb. That you are safe, I can take care of you. And this child grew and they became one. Only in this position was she able to see how damaged the husband is.
Oh.
And now she's prepared to take the long journey. Instead of trying to resolve the conflict, to heal her husband and have the man of her dreams.
Okay.
We could have wasted time.
How?
What do you think? What do you think? And we try to resolve the conflict. But it's cosmetic. Deep down, something is wrong.
Okay. In other words, what we see, some of the conflicts that we see are happening, they're not actually the
There are
actual
symptoms telling you, please, something is wrong here. Can you do something about it? And nobody sees
thing.
them.
Yeah. Right.
Because the bad thing is, you separate. You go your separate ways. You marry, and you marry bigger problems than this one.
I know.
He goes, he also marries, and gets bigger problems. So he's always saying, I wish I'd stayed with my wife.
Yeah.
So what have you both done?
Yeah. So the best thing is to actually search
If we
within.
can go back there on your authority, then we can make things work.
Research from within. And what happens? Because there are cases where people are like, it is you. It is you.
The blame game?
Yes.
It's
where
just a
you,
game.
where you don't want to see the role, like what you have done. What part have you played for the situation
In marriage,
to
it
be
is
in the way it
50-50.
is?
Actually, this is my way of counseling. When a man comes to me and says, my wife has been unfaithful, I don't counsel the woman. I counsel the man. Because what went wrong in you, that you've not heard everything she said to you, that she has to go out and give you that big blow, which gets your attention. If you can find your problem, we can work with her.
Wow. Okay. Yes. Always, when there's a problem, I mean, everybody, somehow, somewhere, I believe, both of us are involved.
We have 50-50, we share it. Because you can't do something when I've not put in my bit. It may have taken years, but I've been contributing. And unfortunately, emotions are cumulative. You do one thing here, the body keeps it. You do another thing there, the body keeps it. Then one day, the accounts come back and the debt is too much.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
There's a breakdown.
And you're not able to handle it. Wow. Okay, so we've seen, like, in our Rwandan culture, this is our culture. I don't know Ugandan culture, but normally we are advised not to seek for help. Like, you're putting yourself out. You know, you're taking home secrets out. You better keep quiet. But you keep quiet and you're dying.
Yes.
You keep quiet and you're not performing. So should we stick to the culture, or if we have a conflict, are we allowed to bring in the third party to help
That
us?
was something that came in abnormally. That's not your culture. African culture, everywhere, they talk. But they talk within the family.
Okay.
There is always somebody on your side that you're supposed to go to. Just like the man has someone on his side he's supposed to go to.
Okay.
Now, with that structure breaking down, we are trying to Europeanize, but we are not even Europeanizing, because
We are
Europeans
somewhere.
don't behave like we are. They have their structures. They have their culture.
Yes.
Many people were shocked when the Queen died and they saw a culture which they never knew was there. They have their culture. But we copy what is done in cities and we think that is what they are. That's not who they are.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, people are secretive in Rwanda. I found that a very big problem. But that is because in colonial times we are so much shamed. And now you are carrying that burden.
Oh.
That same way you do things is also done in Australia, where they were also shamed. It's the same.
Okay, so
You need to break out.
we need to break out.
You need to break out and find yourself, the real selves, the real Rwandese heart. Things will change.
Okay. Wow, okay, so it is okay if I seek for help,
Yes, it is very okay.
but it depends
But
from
who?
where,
Because
from who.
today, if you do not have a good professional who will not share your secret, you talk to me, I'll talk to him. You know, you people are small people.
Very.
Almost everybody knows someone. So if your story goes out, everybody will know it.
Yes, that's the fear.
Yes.
And I prefer to keep it to myself. But it's not helping me.
But you are drowning in your problem. You need help. One of the things that we have been working towards is to train professionals who are going to be there for people. Still, there is a lot of suspicion because they are Rwandese. People don't want to talk to them.
We don't trust.
But slowly, we shall get there. Using seminars and other things, people come to know that you can trust. You can allow yourself to be vulnerable. It's only when you allow yourself to be vulnerable that you can heal.
Wow, yes. It's only when you allow to be vulnerable that you can heal, you can get help. Otherwise, keeping quiet when you're dying, it's not good. Yeah.
It causes more problems.
It causes more problems. Wow, okay. So, if you have a conflict today, you're conflicting about something, I think it's time to go back and recheck. Like you mentioned, you always go back to the first days, and I'm sure you can get some good package that will keep you going.
Yeah, if you can go back and see yourself there, see the joy you had, you can pick the energy to start handling what is going wrong.
Yes,
now.
I mean, it's not good to run away. You know, some
No.
people would run away. If there's a conflict at home, they don't even want to come on time. They'll come late in the night, wake up early in the morning.
Those are men who do that.
Yes.
But
I
now,
didn't want to say it.
increasingly,
You have said it.
women are also doing it now.
Yes, because see, we are copying from you.
Yes.
If we must copy, we are copying from you.
We are
so-
supposed to be the leaders, so we can't blame you for doing what we have taught you to do.
Yes, so please, it's not medical to run away from a conflict, but you find time and sit down and talk about it. I believe you can
Actually, if you
get
can
to
find
a level.
the energy, then you will, with a rising energy, you will see the conflict in a different way.
Yeah.
And then you will have the tools and options to handle it without allowing it to go.
Wow, thank you very much. That was beautiful. We have learned a lot. And in case you want help, in case you need us to help you, please reach out to us. There's a number down there. We can always hold your hands and hold each other's hands in the journey of building a family. May God richly bless you. See you next time.